Friends, have you ever wondered why life doesn't change? Even though we try to change every day. We say, from tomorrow I'll go to the gym, from tomorrow I'll wake up early, from tomorrow I'll start studying. But that tomorrow never comes, and the day that comes passes just the same. Every day passes without any change. But what if I told you that change never comes from a big leap? It comes from small, almost invisible steps. Yes, the habits that seem so trivial that we ignore them, those actually determine the direction of our lives. Think about it. If an airplane changes its direction by just 1 degree, after a few hundred kilometers it can land in a completely different country. Similarly, our small decisions, those daily tiny choices, can completely change our future. We think big success requires big changes. But the truth is, big things always start with small things. Now, take a look at your life.
The moment you wake up in the morning, what do?
You pick up your phone. You spend the day constantly trying to motivate yourself. Yet the same old habits return. If yes, then this story is for you.
This is the story of atomic habits, where every small change, every tiny habit carries atomic level power.
That power can turn a weak person into strong, a failure into a winner, and an ordinary life into extraordinary. But it's not easy because the problem isn't that we don't want change. The problem is, we look for change in the wrong place. We want instant, big results. I want to look fit in a week. I want to get rich in a month. I want to be perfect from today. And when that doesn't happen, we give up. But the real magic lies in consistency. A small step every day becomes something big tomorrow. Reading just 2 pages a day of a book. Meditating for just 10 minutes, or doing just 5 push-ups. These tiny steps, one day, will awaken the person inside you that you've always wanted to become. Remember, habits never lie. They tell you who you are and who you will become. If your habits are weak, your future will be weak. But if your habits are strong, no force can stop you. Now the question is, how do we change habits? Because we all know what we should do, but we don't do it. So, is the problem in our willpower or in our system? This is where the Rayol story begins. The story that shows how we can reprogram our mind, redesign our environment, and transform our life. Just through small, simple, consistent actions. Sometimes, a person doesn't need a miracle to change their whole life. They just need the right habit. Because when you change your habits, your identity changes. And when your identity changes, your entire world changes. So, are you ready for that change, small at first, but one that will change your whole life? Ready to awaken that version of yourself that has been waiting for years? Because now the time has come to turn small habits into great power. Now the time has come to make every small action meaningful. Now the time has come to discover the secret of atomic habits, which proves that success isn't a goal. It's a habit. And friends, if listening to this story has sparked something in you, if you feel, yes, I can change too, then from now on, take a small step every day, because today's small step can become tomorrow's big miracle. This is Bookpedia, where we bring books that change your thinking and give your life a new direction. If you want to write your destiny by changing your habits, then watch this video fully, because what's coming next could be the turning point of your life. Chapter 1, Tiny Changes Make a Big Difference. Sometimes in life, it feels like our efforts have no effect. We try, we work hard, but the results remain the same stagnation, the same disappointment. Why does this happen? Because we think change always has to be big. We want everything to change overnight. But the truth is, change always starts with small steps, so small that initially no one even notices. Think about it. If from today you try to become just 1% better every day, just improve in one small thing, how much will you have changed after a year? Maybe today you won't notice a difference. Maybe not even in a week. But after a year, you won't be the person you are today. Because small changes work like the compounding effect over time. Just like interest in a bank multiplies over time, our habits slowly multiply across our entire life. Imagine someone starts reading just 10 minutes every day. At first, it seems like nothing. But after a year, they would have read hundreds of pages, maybe dozens of books. If someone does just 5 push-ups a day, nothing shows in the first month. But after a year, both their body and mind would have transformed. This difference seems very small, but over time, it becomes the biggest difference. The truth is, our problem is that we chase immediate results. We want to work hard today and see rewards tomorrow. But the growth curve is never straight. It passes through a long, silent valley where nothing seems to happen. You work hard, but results don't appear. This is the moment when most people give up. They think, maybe this isn't for me. But the reality is, the real change is happening behind the scenes. Like melting ice, when you heat it from -10 degrees Celsius to -1 degree Celsius, nothing seems to happen. But as soon as it reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it starts melting. People think the change was sudden, but the truth is, every degree of heating mattered. Every small step mattered. Every day's effort was preparing for that moment when everything would change. Life is exactly like this. We take small steps every day, but impatience stops us. We forget that every small effort has a cumulative effect. Every day you do slightly better, you are investing in your future, in your better version. Look at the people around you who truly succeed. None of them had overnight success. They just repeated small steps consistently. Every day improving by 1%, every day trying to be slightly better, and slowly this little by little became everything. The real power lies not in big changes, but in those small changes that we ignore, because small changes are sustainable. Big resolutions often feel scary, but small steps are manageable, and when we manage them, we keep moving. And consistency is the real magic. In life, if you truly want big change, don't chase a huge goal today. Just decide that today you will be slightly better than yesterday. Maybe just 1%, because this 1% every day will one day take you to a place you never even imagined. Every day a small step, every day a small improvement. And in a few months, you won't recognize yourself, because it's these small steps that make the biggest difference. This is the real atomic habits, which slowly but surely transforms you into the person you've always wanted to become. Chapter 2. Focus on systems, not goals. Have you ever noticed? Everyone's life is filled with goals. Someone says, I want to be fit. Someone says, I want to be a successful businessman. Someone says, I want the top rank. Everyone wants to achieve something. But the question is, if everyone's goals are so good, why are only a few people truly successful? Do the rest work less? No. They try just as much. So where's the difference? The difference is not in goals, it's in systems. Goals are the place you want to reach, but systems are the road that takes you there. And in life, winners always focus on the road, not the destination. Because if your road is right, the destination will come automatically. But if the road is wrong, no matter how fast you run, you'll reach the wrong place. Think about it. A player who wants to win every match, his goal is to win. But if he focuses only on the goal, he will lose most of the time. Winning comes when your system, your practice, your discipline, your daily routine is strong. A goal only gives direction, but the system is the force that pushes you forward. We all make the same mistake. We think, if I achieve my goal, I'll be happy. But pause for a moment. When you achieve your goal, are you always happy? No. Because once you are fit, you become lazy. Once you pass the exam, you stop studying. The goal is completed, the motivation is gone. And this is where the downfall begins. Because your focus was on the destination, not the journey.
And when the journey ends, your drive ends too.
Now imagine if your focus was on the system. If you focused every day on becoming slightly better, the goal would come automatically, and your motivation would never run out. Because systems never end. They evolve every day. A system means the process that improves you. For a writer, the system is writing 500 words every day. For a student, it's revising for 2 hours daily. For a trader, it's analyzing their strategy every day. None of these guarantee results instantly. But one thing is certain, if you follow your system consistently, results are inevitable. Goals give temporary satisfaction.
Systems build permanent habits.
Goals are outcomes. Systems create identity. And this is the difference between a dreamer and an achiever. A dreamer thinks, I wish I could win. An achiever thinks, I must improve every day. Remember, a goal only gives direction, but movement is more important than direction. If you take a step forward every day, you are winning, even if the goal seems far. Focusing on a goal means, I'll be happy only when I reach there. Focusing on the system means, I am moving every day toward my best version, and that is real victory.
Have you ever climbed a mountain?
If you focus only on the peak, it always seems far. But if you focus on each step, eventually you reach the top without even realizing it. Life is the same. Goals are like that distant peak, and the system is your steps that take you forward every day, slowly but surely. So next time you think about a goal, ask yourself, is my system right? Because anyone can set a goal, but only the system creates winners. Goals make you start, but systems keep you going. Goals show dreams, but systems turn them into reality. And when your system is strong, there's no such thing as failure. Winners aren't lucky, they just have systems so strong that even luck has to bow to them. And when your system is right, every step every day brings you closer to your destination without pressure, without fear. Because true success never comes from a goal. It comes from the consistency that following your system creates, and that consistency turns an ordinary person into an extraordinary one. Chapter 3: Identity Drives Behavior. Have you ever asked yourself why you do what you do? You hit the snooze button every morning and go back to sleep, even though you know you should wake up. You think, I'll start my diet, but then you eat the junk food anyway. You say, I won't procrastinate, yet you keep delaying. Is it just laziness, or is there something deeper? Actually, every habit is connected to your identity. What you believe about yourself determines what you do. If you consider yourself lazy, your behavior will follow that belief. If you consider yourself disciplined, your mind will act in that direction. Your habits follow your identity, and your identity is shaped by your habits. It's a cycle that shapes your life every day. The problem is, we misunderstand this cycle. We think, when I become fit, then I'll be a fit person. When I start reading books, then I'll be a reader. But the truth is, it's the other way around. Identity comes first, then behavior. Think about it. If you tell yourself, I'm trying to be disciplined, what does your mind think? It says, you are not disciplined yet. But if you tell yourself, I am a disciplined person, your mind starts working that way. Because now your mind searches for proof that you really are disciplined, and this is where true mindset transformation begins. Identity change is an invisible shift, but its impact is huge. It gives you a power that no motivational video or goal setting can give. Because when you change your identity, you no longer fight yourself. Your subconscious starts working with you, not against you. For example, if someone wants to quit smoking and someone offers them a cigarette, they might say, no, I'm trying to quit. They are still holding the smoker identity. But if they say, no, I'm not a smoker, their identity has changed. Now they are connected to their future self, not their past. We often try to change actions, but unless we change our identity, old patterns return. Actions are just symptoms. The root is your belief, what you consider yourself to be. If you don't consider yourself confident, no seminar or lecture can make you confident for long. But if every day you take small actions that prove, yes, I am confident, your mind gradually accepts it as truth. This is why building habits isn't hard. The challenge is connecting them to the right identity. If you read 1 page a day, consider yourself a reader. If you work out a little every morning, you are a fit person. If you make 1 honest decision a day, you are a trustworthy person. Small actions are votes that strengthen your new identity. Every time you do the right thing, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Identity is a deep game. Most people never think about who they truly are. They let others define them. You are always late. You are not serious. You'll never change. Slowly, they accept these as their truth. But if you start choosing your identity yourself, your behavior starts changing automatically. True growth begins when you decide not to change goals, but to change identity. Goals give outcomes. Identity transformation makes you a consistent winner. So next time you start a new habit, don't say, I have to do this. Say, I am the kind of person who does this. When your identity is right, every action, every decision, every step moves in that direction. And that's the real secret. Chapter 4: The 4 Laws of Behavior Change. Have you ever wondered why, even when we know better, we still fall into bad habits? We know that staying up late scrolling on our phones disrupts sleep. We know that junk food is bad for our health. Yet we give in, chimienge again. Why does this happen? The truth is, behavior change is not just about willpower. There is a hidden science behind every habit, good or bad. Every habit follows a simple formula: cue, craving, response, reward.
Assigna o orco e triggers a desire.
Then we take an action, and finally, we get a reward.
This is the AB loop.
And it repeats every day, automatically, without conscious thought. If we want to change our life, we must hack this loop. And this is where the 4 simple principles of behavior change come in, the laws that can reprogram your mind. 1. Make it obvious. To adopt any habit, it must be visible. We cannot change what we cannot see. If you want to eat healthy, don't hide fruits in the fridge. Keep them in front. If you want to read, keep the book on your desk, not locked in a cupboard. Visibility triggers the habit. 2. Make it attractive. No one repeats boring actions. If you want to exercise, play your favorite music. If you meditate, create a peaceful environment. When the experience is enjoyable, your brain wants to repeat it. 3. Make it easy. Often, we fail because we make habits complicated. I'll go to the gym for an hour every day. I'll finish a book every day. The brain resists tasks that seem too big. Start small. The 2-minute rule is golden. Start with just 2 minutes. Begin, and momentum makes continuing easier. 4. Make it satisfying. If an action doesn't give immediate satisfaction, the brain abandons it. Reward yourself. Track your progress. Celebrate small wins. The brain links the habit to pleasure, strengthening it. These 4 laws are not just words. They are a blueprint that can reshape your behavior. Every good habit follows this structure. And to break bad habits, use them in reverse. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Slowly, the bad habit disappears. Human behavior is habit-driven. Every decision, every emotion, every action is part of some loop. When you understand it, you gain the remote control of your life. Look at successful people. They appear disciplined not because of motivation, but because their systems and habits are designed perfectly. Their habits are automatic, and that is what creates daily victories. Changing a habit means creating a new identity. Every small win proves to your subconscious mind that you are in control. And that self-control gradually becomes self-respect. Chapter 5. Make good habits obvious. Think about it. We often do what's most visible first. Phone in front of you, automatically pick it up. Fridge shows junk food, automatically eat it. Netflix suggestion pops up, one episode, then another. Our habits are influenced not only by desire, but also by environment. The biggest factor shaping a person's life is visibility, not motivation. We do what we repeatedly see. Our brain operates on signals. What's visible triggers action. If you want to strengthen a habit, make it obvious. Place your book where you can see it. Keep your workout shoes next to the bed. Make the environment a silent reminder of the habits you want to build. Discipline is not the solution. Design is. Behavior changes through surroundings, not willpower. If your goal is health, hide chips and put fruits in front. If you want less social media, remove apps from your home screen. Out of sight, out of mind. Your brain handles thousands of cues every day. Sounds, visuals, smells. And each cue triggers some response. When you learn to design your environment, habits follow automatically. Example, a writer afraid of the blank screen. If the laptop is already open with a new Word document, the mind is ready to write. Starting becomes easy, automatic, unavoidable. Check your room, your workspace, your surroundings. Are they guiding your habits or working against your goals? The principle is simple. What is visible gets repeated, and what is repeated shapes your life. Chapter 6. Make habits easy and repeatable. Ever noticed? We start new habits but fail to maintain them. We say, I'll start tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes another excuse. The problem isn't lack of desire, it's that we make starting too difficult. The human mind loves comfort. It seeks simple, easy paths. When a habit feels complicated, the brain resists. It says, not now, later. And later often never comes. To start, you don't need motivation, you need simplicity. The easier a habit, the faster it starts. Example, don't think, I'll read for an hour every day. Decide, I'll read 1 page today. Small, simple, repeatable. That small step builds consistency. And consistency multiplies small steps into big results. Start small to go big. Every river starts with a drop. Every habit begins with a small, simple step. Perfection at the start is an illusion. Start small, start easy, and let your brain adapt. Reduce friction. Remove barriers. Set up your environment. Workout clothes ready, pen and notebook accessible, junk food out of sight. The easier it is to act, the more likely it is repeated. Repetition creates comfort. Comfort creates consistency. Consistency turns habits into identity. A small daily habit may feel insignificant at first, but over time it reshapes your life. Momentum is more important than perfect timing. Just like pushing a car, the first push is hardest, but once it moves, stopping it is difficult. Habits work the same way. Start small, start easy, start now. And one day, that habit becomes part of your identity. That small step that seemed tiny becomes the foundation of a new life. Conclusion. To change your life, you don't need magic, miracles, or perfect timing. You only need one small step, taken today, not tomorrow. Every habit, whether reading, working hard, or self-improvement, begins with a small, easy, repeatable action. The difference between successful people and others is never goals. It's their systems, environment, and identity. They design habits, make them easy, and repeat them until they become second nature. Every big habit starts small, but its impact is massive. Nothing changes in a day, but daily improvement changes everything. When you understand that you can design your behavior, environment, and thoughts, you can write your own destiny. In the end, we become what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, it's a habit. Change your habits, and your life changes quietly, steadily, and unshakably. So, friends, now is the time to take command of your life. Every day is a chance to become a little better, a little further, and closer to your dreams. And if this story has sparked something inside you, remember, this is just the beginning. This is Summary Forge, where every book gives you the power to think, understand, and transform. Here, we don't just read books, we become new versions of ourselves with every page.